Yeah, let's just start there and we'll spread our wings. Feels good to be back. 2 weeks ago, we were here in Pat's Warrior just as the lake was starting to freeze up. And what we wanted to accomplish was to really get some fish pinned down. So we knew to come back to them once we had a safe sheet of ice. And we've got about 6 to 8 inches now here on Mille Lacs Lake. We're back where we left these fish at the very end of the open water season, and we're hoping we get in on a really good walleye bite. All right, so out here on Mille Lacs, early season like this, we always use kind of like a two-method approach. We're gonna have some iFish Pro rods out. They're gonna have bigger sucker minnows on it. I know a lot of guys don't like to drop money on the expensive bait like that. You know, sucker minnows might be $6, $8 a dozen. They are golden. They're candy out here for these early ice walleyes, worth every penny, because almost all of your bigger fish are gonna come on those sucker minnows. And then on our jigging rods, we'll probably throw on some jigging spoons and some minnow heads. Those fish that hit that jigging presentation, they're going to be the really aggressive fish. They tend to be smaller though. If we're going to get a big fish out here today, it will almost be certain to come on one of those iFish Pro rods with that big minnow. There. There it is.
Nice. Well, they didn't move too far. They're a little bit deeper. I think the magic depth for when we were out here in the boat was 13, 14. I just moved out to 15 and he came in and clobbered it.
I don't even have my rods out of the otter box yet. Nice.
All right.
That will not be the last, that's for sure.
Sploosh.
Green UV?
Nope, it's just the Emerald Shiner tumbler spoon. Silver, flashy. I like that tumbler spoon. It's got good action.
All right, I'm gonna get the line in the water. There he is.
Nice.
We've been here just long enough for the noise we made driving in here to just kind of settle down a little bit. Pat had one on the jig stick. I got one on the dead stick here with the iFish Pro. It's a solid fish. One of the hardest parts about ice fishing is locating the fish. The difference between somebody who's really successful out on the ice and somebody that might struggle once in a while is the ability to find fish, because I'll tell you, most anglers, once you get on the fish, you can catch them. So using the boat to find these fish in open water is just so much more efficient. There we go. Let go, let go. And I'm pretty sure that we're gonna have a lot of bigger fish come in here. It's noon. We got out here today about the crack of 11. It was not our most efficient start to the day. Truth of the matter is we actually had a really hard time finding bait. Good bait. I'll let that fish go. All right. See you bye.
There we go. Nice.
Heck yeah.
We're just picking a few off here. Midday, I'm expecting this bite to be pretty darn good here in the evening. But just like Mille Lacs, you're able to kind of scratch out fish all day, even when there is ice on the lake. Oh yeah, there we go. Nice chunky one. One of those, I don't know, maybe a 19-incher or so. Nice fish, healthy. Get him unhooked. There we go. All right, come back.
Bye-bye.
Sweet.
She running pretty good when you got her?
Yeah, she was. Oh, here he comes. He's gonna eat it this time. There we go. Nice. Feels like another one of those eaters. Come on up here. Nice fish. Tagged walleye. Caught a lot of those out here this fall too. Unhook them there. Flip them over. See those two tags right there. But, all right. One more down. This is one thing, you know, as it's still kind of early afternoon right now. One thing I really like to do, clear water, I love fishing a silver spoon or something that's flashy, like a gold or a silver. Right there, that's a tumbler spoon, that's a yellow perch tumbler spoon. But one thing that I love doing, because as it gets closer, I'll want to switch to some glow patterns or maybe even a rip and wrap or a slab wrap, is I have two rods rigged up here ready to go. So I got green UV on there. That's going to be a really good low light color. And then I got a purple clown slab wrap there. Don't have a ton of experience with that color out here, but this fall purple was really good in both jig wraps and plastics. So I'm just kind of going off that information, but I'm all rigged up, ready to go. So as these light periods start to get lower, I can just grab another rod, put a minnow head on there, fish it plain, and get right on those fish.
There he is. Hey, finally got one on the jig, buddy.
Nice.
Pat was schooling me there for a little bit. I was starting to feel like I never was going to catch up. Where are you? Oh, it's a decent fish. Absolutely. Come on back. Turn around. Of course, Pat gets major credit for figuring the color pattern out. I was fishing glow orange there for a while. I was fishing gold, and I wasn't seeing anything. And Pat was fishing a tumbler in yellow perch. So what I did is I put on a tingler in yellow perch. They seemed to like the silver back. They wanted nothing to do with gold. Solid fish. I'm thinking as the sun starts to set even more, light levels drop, we're going to see a lot more of these. That one was pretty aggressive. All right, fire that one back. And goodbye. Major props for figuring the color out, Pat.
Did you switch to that perch?
Yeah, I did. He was schooling me. This is just a yellow perch pattern with a silver back. And it was like the fish were avoiding me when I was fishing those gold backs or any kind of glow color. So they must be wanting something to do with that flash, that flashy silver. Because that fish came in, come up underneath it, just like you were saying earlier. Come up underneath it, disappeared, then just back again and bull rushed it.
Yeah, I think they circle it once.
Mm-hmm.
They come off the, I mean, they're just parallel with the bait still looking at it, but they're just off the cone angle.
It was a good one, Patrick.
That one smoked it.
You gotta like it when they just come in and do the business.
I don't think it's a very big one, but well, just another one of those 17 inchers or so. Boy, he did not mess around though. He came in and just cracked it. Give me my minnow head back, fish. Nice fish. Get back down there. Good one?
It's not huge, but I'll take him.
Well, he's not one of those 18 inchers anyway.
I haven't seen him yet. He's staying off the sides pretty good. Oh, there we go. Same bait, didn't change a thing. Pat's got them all dialed in for me.
Well, you're fishing the tingler though, right?
Right. It's definitely about that silver back.
Yep.
Which we all have our preferences as anglers. You know, I usually go with what I told Pat was I like any spoon color as long as it's green UV. So I kind of get locked into certain patterns, and he's got his favorite, and today it's his favorite that's really kicking it. Nice, healthy looking fish, getting aggressive. All right, see you later, fish. All right, that's cool. The last two fish that have come in have just smoked it. A lot of times when you're a walleye guy, you live for that last hour of the day. Got him. I found a good hole. I did. Get up here. I'm near you. What the exact same? Oh, popped right out. Easy cheesy.
You're on a roll.
Yeah, well, it's pretty much the exact same roll you were on earlier. Here we go. Nice fish, healthy, chunky. Goodbye. All right. I think the fish are starting to get on a roll.
Yeah, I think so. It's about that time of night, evening anyway, they should start biting.
All right. Oop, lost my minnow head.
Well, that's going to do it for this short little web video. You know, you can think you have all the pieces of the puzzle put together for these walleyes and they'll throw you a curveball. We fished right up until dark. I think we caught 1 or 2 other walleyes. And I think the main reason for that is it doesn't have very good access to deep water. That spot is kind of a shallow flat. It goes from 10 feet to 17 feet over the course of about 400 yards, and those fish had already kind of started to slide out. We caught some nice fish, you know, it was good right away when we got there. We picked off the fish that were there, but they just weren't in there in the numbers that they were 2 or 3 weeks prior. It seems like a lot of times on Mille Lacs or any of the bigger walleye bodies of water, those fish tend to go out a little bit deeper when that lake ices up. And I think that's what happened for this spot. It just didn't quite have the access to that deeper water. Hopefully we're gonna do a lot more of these web videos in the future. Thanks for watching.